All right, so hello everybody. Welcome to another Feature Friday. Not too long ago, a friend of mine had asked me to do a video showing a technician going through some preventative maintenance task and an inspection using the mobile applications that are part of Application Suite Manage. So I'm going to do that, and I'll do even one better and show you some of the building blocks behind the scenes to make sure the technicians get the information that they need. So I've got the requisite PPE on, all ready to go, and let's take a look at what life is like with the tablet. Okay, so here we go. I have my tablet, and I am casting that onto my screen here so you can see it. I'm logged in, I'm all synced up, and so let's take a look at this PM work order that folks are wanting me to do. This particular PM is going to be on a Freightliner tractor, so I'll give you a little context there. Anyway, I'm just going to go to the upper left corner and I'm going to click on my schedule. And up will come a list of work orders that I'm responsible for. And as you can imagine, I have quite a few. So I'm going to roll all the way down to the very bottom of the list here, just for our purposes. And I'm going to open up that very last PM work order. And you can see it is for a Freightliner. I've got the asset indicated as well as its location. So over on the right-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and click the arrow to open it up. And I get some details about the work that needs to be done. Here's the asset. If there is a picture on the asset record, I would see a picture there. So that would be a nice thing to include on your asset records for your technicians so they at least know what color the vehicle is. And then certainly at the bottom, any attachments and such that may come along with the work. But this particular PM work order has a job plan associated with it. And so I'm going to click on the icon that says 1, 2 right there in the middle of the screen. And I've got this one set up to where I just have a single task. Now, I could have a number of tasks here that would be the actual PM, changing the oil, airing up the tires, doing all those different PM things. And this could be a very long list. Another way to do this is by using inspection forms. So I've elected to say the job plan has a single task, and the task is to go do and use the inspection form. Okay, so I'm just going to move us back here in a moment. And I can get to that inspection form in a variety of ways. One way to do that is to actually jump over into the inspections application, and immediately it tells me, oh, hey, you, John, do not have any assigned inspections. That's fine because the inspections can be assigned to a certain person, but also they can be generic as well. And so in this case, somebody else has actually started this inspection, and I'm going to pick up where they left off. So it's break time for them, time for me to go to work, and I'm going to push on in progress. And of course, I've got a bunch of inspections going on here, but I'm going to go down to the very bottom and pick up where my friend left off to do this inspection. And so I'm just going to resume the inspection in the lower right corner there. And up comes the questions. Now, these questions are pre-built on the inspection form by an administrator or a maintenance person or somebody behind the scenes. And the questions can be, entering readings, making selections, taking pictures, even wet signatures, that sort of thing. So in this case, all I really care about here is I want the odometer reading. So they typed in 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, they sort of missed a digit, so we'll go to that. Okay. Tire condition, I'm going to say the tire condition is good, and I'm going to take a look at the oil, and the oil is clear. Okay. So again, just like the job task list, an inspection form can be quite lengthy as well, and in reality, it certainly would be. So those are two different ways that the technician can enter the information. So I've finished the inspection form. We complete it. It is now an actual record that shows up on the asset itself on that Freightliner for future reference. And I'm going to go back to that work order that I was working on. Okay. Go back here. And what I probably would do is want to make a log entry, and then I want to enter in some actuals. So to do a log entry is a pretty easy thing to do. I can speak that in, I can type that in, and I'm just going to say, everything looks good. Everything good. Truck is ready for service. Back to service, okay? Now, if I wanted to enter my actuals, I'd click the icon. It looks like a clipboard here in the middle of the screen. Okay, and this is where I can enter my labor. If I used any spare parts, which also could be listed on the work order, I can enter those as well, and any special tools and that sort of thing. Okay. I will make one last note here that the big blue square over on the right-hand side, the Start Work square, yeah, I can use that to start the work, and it will provide a timer, a counter, if you will. And so I can start and stop the work. And as I do that, those actual time entries are made within the work order itself. So I don't have to remember how long I spent on it and that sort of thing. I can just use the start and stop work to make those entries. Okay? So pretty high level, pretty simple. Opening up the work order, figuring out what to do, what the tasks are, and optionally an inspection form there as well. Okay, so let's switch over behind the scenes and take a look at some of the pieces that need to be put together to make all that happen. So I'm going to start out with inspection forms. This is the inspection forms library, and I'm going to go ahead and find the inspection form that I built for the Freightliner here, and I go ahead and click on that, give this an open here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do a preview, and you can see the very familiar looking form that we just filled out. This is the template, if you will, and you can see there's the odometer, the tires, and the oil color. Now the odometer is a meter definition that is on the asset record. Tire condition is just choices, and then the oil color is also a meter as well. Okay, so since this is the template, it's saying I can't find the meter for the particular asset because I don't have a particular asset quite yet. All right, the other thing that I want to show you is the job plans. Job plans can be used in a variety of ways within Maximo. And here is a particular job plan. Basically, it's just a name and a number at this point. Down here at the bottom are those tasks. And again, you can have a very long list of tasks. But you're also able to define, labor, materials, services, and tools. Job plans can be a very extensive record as far as the level of detail goes. You'll also notice that they have a status and they have revisions. So as your job plans change, you can have revision control to make sure the most current one is the only one that is able to be used. Let's go ahead and take a look at the preventative maintenance record. So now this record here, this is the one that has actually generated that PM work order. And so I establish the definition of it. I point to the specific asset that we're going to be PMing on. I point to the job plan that we wish to use, the one I just showed you. And you can also identify the work type. You can identify the status the work order has. I probably should have actually chosen PM here on my PM definition. That way, that work order that shows up in the work order stream has an indication that it is a PM work order. So that would be a best practice right there. Okay. And then the important part is the frequency. How often do you wish these PM work orders to be generated? Okay. And when it's time, the system wakes up and generates the PM work order, just like you saw me fill out on the tablet. A couple of other things to think about here certainly is an asset record. And this particular asset, this truck Okay. So here's my Freightliner truck. I can indicate ahead of time any spare parts that might be needed. I can indicate safety as well, which can make its way out into the work order. Certainly the meters that I filled in on the inspection form. There's the odometer, there's the oil color specifications as well. Okay. So I want to see that inspection form that I filled out. So if I go under work and I go view work details and I go to inspections, there's that inspection that I just finished. And if I wanted to actually see it, I can go ahead and click go to inspections. Okay. So a few pieces to set up for sure. But if you have your job plans, your inspection forms, your PM definitions, your asset records, and the meters and such related to that, all those pieces can come together to provide the technicians out in the field a work order that says, here's the work, here's what you need to do, and finish the task and then record it. Alrighty, so there you go, doing a PM using the mobile applications on a tablet. So pretty straightforward out in the field. A little bit of building blocks behind the scenes to make sure that all happens. So hope that was helpful. Certainly make contact if you'd like to know more. So thank you.